Filthy piece of toe rag. Filthy piece of toe rag.
Hello. I hope everybody is well. Oh my god, yeah, it's so disorientated. Got the screen over there and screen over there. Let's look at that. Well, turn the audio off on that one. That needs to go over there. And that one over there. There you go. That's off over there. Oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, what am I doing? I've lost my mind. That's what I've done. Lost my mind. Anyway, like I say, I hope everyone is doing very well this Saturday evening. And there's a few things I want to talk about. But I'm going to start off with poor old Rishi Sunak. He's been getting a bit of grief this week, hasn't he? Oh dear, the Greenpeace epi. Well, putting drapes all over his house. That they have. But I don't really want to talk about that. I saw them tough and titty, I'd say, as far as the drapes on his house. Well, Rishi Sunak's been getting a bit of grief from the other right wingers.
Night, Grandpa.
You going to bed?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You're my sidekick. You got a cold, didn't you? It's a little Grace, in case you didn't know. Yeah, he's my little. She's little. He's my little sidekick.
I'm going on Friday.
Friday.
Yeah.
Next week's Friday. Oh, hello you. Oh, you look beautiful. Oh, this is Tochi. Okay. All right. It's all about you, isn't it? Is it all about you? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to talk about Rishi Sunak and that some people, they don't like him. Rishi Sunak's the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. They need to teach us in schools, you say, primary school. Nursery, probably.
I forgot. Oh, it's bedtime.
That is bedtime, isn't it? So no, she's good to go in bed. That one is. She likes her sleep. This one, on the other hand, oh dear, she's trouble. She's just like, oh god, you okay? She just tripped over the step with bare feet on. You hear that? Mummy's there, don't worry. Oh no! Oh dear! Oh, for God's sake! She literally just I got a little that much step, and she runs everywhere and stomps everywhere, and she's just stumped her little toes. Stumped her little toes, little bugger. Oh dear, never mind. She'll be right, I'm sure. Well, yeah, the Conservative Eurosceptics. Well, they're kicking up a fuss, they are. They're kicking up a fuss that they're not very happy. Rishi Sunak rolling back, he is. He's rolling over, he is. Tip this baby. That's what you do. No, don't do that. No. Because you can't roll him over because his boots are too damn big. Like clown shoes. You get stuck halfway. You can't do it. No. Well, Rishi Sunak, he's holding on with his fingertips and fingernails. For dear life that he is. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, it does make me tickle. It does. Oh my god. Oh. I've got a tickly throat, that I have. I've got antibiotics at long last. No. For my thingy, it's not. Oh, come back here. Over here. See who's in the chat. So we're going to go into the chat. That we are, first of all. Oh my god, what's happened there? That don't look right, does it? No. Should I make that a bit smaller? Let's make it a bit smaller so we can see. Oh, hello. Well. Anyway, why are you not here anyway? Why aren't you boogieing on down? Why aren't you going to nightclubs and stuff? You know. No? You don't go to nightclubs? Oh, okay. Right. Oh, crikey, it's huge. Why is it so big? Right. I did a live stream earlier today, actually, but I did it in the shack. Just a bit of experiment, really, to see how things are panning out in there. Still got lots to do. Let's bring it a bit bigger. I don't know if I do it. No, that's better. So, who we got? Oh, Madmonk 33. Oh, you know what he likes? He likes the dancing kid. Yeah, like Sundance Kid. But with chubby cheeks. Hello, one angry pagan. I hope you're well, my friend. So let's bring it over. Hi, wee Grace. I have normal. Oh. Derek. Just a home truce, no bashing. Ooh. Hi both, but what tonight? Local cake recipe or some Tory bashing? Could be a local cake recipe. I could do that. The missus bakes a wonderful cake that she does. So, no, we're going to do some Tory bashing, because they do require a bit of bashing occasionally. And Rishi Sunak's been getting a lot of bashing recently. He must be feeling so rough. Oh, dear. While he's on holiday, his house has been invaded by Greenpeace. Yeah. It's all to do with the seals, you see. Yeah, and the dolphins. Hello, Derek. I hope you're well. Bonsoir. And Guten... Oh, crikey. Guten Odwind. Oh, I don't know what that means. Guten Tag? Oh. I see. You have exceeded 14,000 subscribers. Well, yeah, not before time. My subscribers are really slow. Really slow. People take one look at me and they run a mile. They do. All shorts in 54 and sitting here at having a bear. I don't dare put that dancer kid on or I will cry. He says. Okay. Hello, number 3. I hope you're well, my friend. And Sabine, hello there, Nabnell. Nightclubs, I'm 73. Do it, go on. That'd be so funny. Be like Bad Grandpa. Have you not seen Bad Grandpa? Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, there he is, dancing around, his bit hanging out. Oh, great, don't do it. No, that is a little bit too scary. Yeah. Can't post a child. Well, hello, B. Hello. And Chatty Rat, hello, good evening. Evening. Bear, not bear, autocorrect again. Oh, okay, well, I have got, do you know what I keep doing when I do my comments or go on Twitter, I quite often use voice to text, but with my accent, it doesn't work. And what happens is I do that and I end up with some really weird comment. Yeah, I've already tweeted it, or was it X'd it? Whatever it is these days, I've already done it. So it's kind of like, I can't be bothered changing now, that'll do. Yeah, it's a bit like that, really. Right, okay then. So, this happens to be in the Financial Times, yeah. I managed to get one up today, Financial Times. If you do any more on it, get the paywall. It's a bit annoying. Yeah, it means you've got to pay. When you read as many papers like what they've got paywalls and stuff, it's kind of like, it can get a little bit costly. Can't be doing that, no. Cheers! Today I have a blog. A blog. So, conservative Eurosceptics, there you go. There they are. Yeah, that's what they're saying. This up here. Look, Rishi Sunak's Brexit climb downs rile the Tory Eurosceptics. Well, there's been a lot of climb downs recently. Haven't you noticed? Even Kemi Baddock, even she's been climbing down. Thank God for that. And on various stuff, but it's definitely not because of Brexit. No. So UK Prime Minister ditches policies that are undermining economic growth, is what they say. Yeah. So you got the Bank of England trying to, curtail economic growth. And then you got the Tory Eurosceptics wanting to increase economic growth. At the moment, it's not exactly what we want. We need to get on top of inflation. I do agree with Rishi Sunak on that one. I just don't agree with the fact that it's anything other than, not all be quite fair, I suppose, but it is obviously Brexit has a lot to do with it. It's inflationary, is Brexit. That's why we got Mel Stride trying to tell everybody you need to get back to work. You need to get back to work. That you do. And you got to start delivering pizzas and stuff, for delivery. And take away curries. Well, delivery curries to the door, or whatever it might be. Taco Bell. I don't know. You got to, you're just semi-retired or retired, and now you got to get back to work delivering food. That's what he suggested earlier. Cheeky fella. But he is. So he wants all the old geezers and gals, to go out there delivering pizza because they can't get any workers. And he said it's inflationary. And what has stopped all the workers coming into the UK? Oh, God, here we go again. You know what he's going to say? You're going to say, aren't you? Oh, he's going to say Brexit. I am going to say Brexit because Brexit has curbed a load of workers coming into the UK as a whole, as it seems. And it's true. Why would they want to come or go to the United Kingdom now when they've got to get visas to deliver pizza? They're not going to do it. No. Not worth the while. No. No career opportunities. No future in it. No. Just a culinary. Well, makes you laugh, it do. Really do. If you didn't laugh, you'd cry. That's what I say. Well, Conservative Eurosceptics on Friday turned on Rishi Sunak. They did. They got the pitchforks out. Yeah, I wish they did, because that would have actually been funny if nothing else. Yes, they got the pitchforks out on our Rishi Sunak and made him into a kebab, roast him on the barbecue. Okay, they didn't do that. No. But anyway, this is a week after in which the government, UK government, shelved key post-Brexit policies intended to take back control. Take back control. Sovereignty.
Kipper!
Oh, my giddy aunt. It's painful to hear it. It really is. Sovereignty. But now we're giving away most of sovereignty with these flipping trade deals that are one-sided. Not on our side, no. 0.08% growth in 15 years from Australia. That seems to be the going norm. Well, Sunak invited Britons to view the benefits of Brexit through the bottom of a pint glass, visiting a beer festival to talk about how... Does he drink beer? About how freedom from the EU had allowed him to hold down duty on draft beer and pubs. Okay, all right. I did a video about this, didn't I? And I had so many comments from various people, Brexity type people, and they said to me, "What's that got to do with it, Brexit? What's that got to do with it?" Probably nothing, but Rishi Sunak said it did. So that's why I went with the flow. So there. So anyway, so he's at this festival, he is sipping on a pint. Oh, I don't like beer. I'd rather have a glass of wine. You know, sticking a little finger out or something. Anyway, from the EU, well, let's take a cup of tea in it. But anyway, from the EU had allowed him to hold down a duty on draft beer in pubs. No, that's a whole lot of bollocks. Because, quite frankly, it's not true. Because, various reasons, the EU sets a minimum tariff on doing beer and VAT and stuff like that, on beer and wine and alcohol and stuff like that, a minimum tariff. We're already always over it. Not just a little bit, we were one of the most expensive for tariffs in the EU on beer and wine and spirits. So what is he on about? It's just fluff. You know, yeah, fluff for the Brexit sycophants. That's what it is. He's lying to us again. It's kind of what he does. Yeah, I think he's worse than Boris Johnson. At least Boris Johnson told us all that he's going to build a newt pond, since newts are stopping him from being able to build his 4 by 11 metre swimming pool. It's only tiny, isn't it? It's like a padding pool, really, isn't it? Really, it's not Olympic size. It's not Rishi Sunak pool, no. But he's bit of the planning and said no. The computer said no, and it did. Poor old little Rishi Sunak. Oh, it does make me tickle, and it does.
It says no.
Well, unfortunately, he didn't get his bill. So he wrote an article about the newts. Yeah, because he'd been neutered, you see. Boris Johnson was neutered by the newts, and he decided to write an article in the Daily Mail, trying to make out that he will build this special little sanctuary for the newts. So they've got somewhere to go. Like little newt hotels. He called it a utopia. Only Boris Johnson would do something like that. Say something like that. Make up some new word. Newtopia. Oh dear. If anything, he is quite funny at times. But unfortunately, we've all had to pay the price. Bodies piled high and all that, you know? Well. Oh. So away from the old boozy photo op, though, some Tory MPs were very much more focused on the less heralded post-Brexit climb downs recently. There's been a few, haven't there? You know, the UK CA mark, post-Brexit border checks. Well, I've talked about that a lot, the post-Brexit border checks, haven't I? I mentioned it, brought up loads of times. And then they kicked the can down the road again. It just proves a point, doesn't it? It proves a point that Brexit doesn't work. No, it was broken. And it was always broken. It's written in its DNA. That it is. And I hope the audio is okay. I'm sure everyone told me if it hasn't. Anyway, who have we got here now? Who's here? Ooh. we'll see. Anyway, hello, Vertigo. Saturday night at the movies. Yeah, okay. You know what? I laid a log earlier. Now, if I did that in the UK, I'd sing something like, I don't know. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again in Cornwall. Probably. Since their monitors aren't working around the coastline and people are complaining in the United Kingdom in Cornwall that they're swimming in turds and the signs are too small to tell you that there's turds in the water. Lovely. Anyway, I digressed. Anyway, back into the chat. What's happened to that? So it's all the way up there now. What's it doing up there? That's silly. Right, there we go. Let's move that down. I don't know what happened to that. That's bizarre. Anyway. I'm waiting to my screens. There we go. So, okay. Alright. So we've got Sabine Vertigo. Hope you're well. Mad Monk 33. Angry Pagan. Oh, one angry pagan. Not any old angry pagan, one angry pagan. And Oak Bish. Number 3. Kieran O'Connor. And I've been up there already. Got Jay right. Just saying hello there. Tom Finney, what's the best movie you've seen at the flicks? Mine is Name of the Father. Saw it in Dublin, but this is England. It's brilliant too. Oh, for me, I'm still. My favourite film's still going to be New Hope. I'm a bit of a Star Wars idiot, really. Brings back positive memories. That's why I like it. But saying that, there's loads of films that obviously have done something better than Star Wars. Like Bad Grandpa. That's right up my street. So, good evening there, Jim Toy. I hope you're well. Good evening, Marcus and Joyce. Hello, Joyce. Fill the bozo with the sewage. Yes, oh yes, it's pool. Yes, fill his swimming pool up with the turds that he couldn't be bothered to put where they need to be in the sewage plant. No, instead of the rivers and seas. Oh, crikey, blimey. Who could be worse than a mini Trump? I'm sorry. Oh, crikey, a mini Trump. Blimey. Well, he's going to jail with a bit of luck. Flipping out, what is it? That's 7 charges, is it now? Or so, you know, and they're about, oh, crikey. Is it 78 now? Indictments? If he doesn't go to jail, there's something seriously wrong. They're not going, unless they've got enough evidence. Well, they've got recordings, haven't they? Them saying the blooming stuff. They haven't got enough evidence to put them away. They're not be funny. They're not going to be doing this, are they? It just becomes an exercise. A bit like when they do, oh, we're going to investigate this, or investigate that in the United Kingdom. It just ends up a blooming exercise. No one goes to jail. No. Oh dear. So, the pool of poo. Should be. Boris Johnson's pool should be filled with brown turds. Not any old turds. Brown turds. Aren't all turds brown? Depends what you're eating, I suppose. Anyway, just saying, it is going to make Mexico pay for the pond. Yes, maybe. I was only just rewatching A Little Britain last week. Oh, Little Britain's brilliant. Oh, I love Little Britain. I do. That's why I find it a bit of a shame, because I don't think it's about wokeism, because wokeism is silly. That's silly. The term woke is not even what it's been hijacked by the right-wing nutjobs. Wokeism. It's just political correctness, and it has gone a little bit over the top. And I think we shot ourselves in the foot by every silly little thing to whinge and whine about, and say it's, we can't say that. You can't do this, you can't do that. And all that's done is actually, really, we should have just sucked up a little bit, really. Say, we don't like it, well, we'll deal with it. Because at the end of the day, all we've done is we've made the situation so flipping bad now, is we've made it worse. We've just riled up those who want to shout the loudest about it, and, crikey, and they're funded by people with big money. They're like the Daily Mail, the Express, all those people. Tory graph. Oh, and Tom Finney says it's a production line, just saying, and the setting is on crap, so no matter. So what, they will always be worse. well, it's just the people, they get pushed there, don't they? They get put there by by those with the money. You know, look at the Tories. You think about it, right? The Tories have been in power for so many flipping years. And they always seem to be the preferred party of power. The preferred party of power. But they're the ones with the most money behind them. And they have the money coming from the most unscrupulous of sources, such as the Russians and what have you. Well, that isn't hidden, that's just fact. You know. Oh, I know. I'll play tennis with a Russian, and they'll give us 200 grand. Stuff like that. That's the usual kind of crap, isn't it? So, so I couldn't get Little Britain. Just thought it was too dumb. Just like the crap American comment. There's nothing American about Little Britain. There's nothing American about that whatsoever. It's just squitty, ridiculous English humour. That might be why you don't get it. You're Scottish. So there you go then. I love Little Britain. I thought it was brilliant. But the thing is, it's politically incorrect now. Very much so. I got a crisp. Well, I won't eat it in the microphone because it'll be all crunchy noise. No. Hello, Karen O'Connor. I don't know. The kids look good and have 2 new mids. Oh, mids? What's that about? Oh, we talk about football. Talking about football. Oh, Karen Collin, the Netherlands, France and Ireland will be suing UK over the sewage soon, with the France has already been, well, they've been kicking off about it, haven't they? They have. They've been kicking off in France on the Dundee, Normandy, and all that coastline there. They're not very happy. But they reckon that they've been finding not just pink, but maybe occasional pink toilet paper. I don't know, or a floating, I don't know, soap on a rope or something. Like they thought it was a float, gone fishing. But they have been whinging about it. And who was it now? That was Clement. Oh, Environment Minister for the EU. Anyway, he's been whinging and whining about it as well. It's what a little while ago. This was earlier. This was last year. So I'm sure that have come to the surface again. Literally, as a floater. But there you go. So yeah, they're not gonna stay put, are they? If you're putting that much poop in the sea, it's just going to be a little bit more diluted poop, but still going to be poop. It's going to find its way to France. Lovely. Oh, not the candy. Kia, not the candy. Chianti. Oh dear. Yeah, they won't be very happy. Little Britain dull. Hold my beer. No, it's not dull. I don't think it's dull. It's hilarious. This is ridiculous humour. I slipped on the glacier cherry, and I fell inside the man. Sorry. I expect that some river fish will become turd patterned, soon to be like the Simpsons, wouldn't it? The third eye. Yeah, be like a turd. Yeah, like a big giant mole between the eyes or something. Shaped a turd. Oh, crikey. Turd patterned soon, as evolution takes its toll. Most likely. Number 3. Sabina Dill, hello. Have you seen this article in The Guardian about those 57 sick athletes after swimming in the UK Sea? No, I have not. And that's actually quite interesting, because me and the missus, we just did a walkie video about Cornwall, because there's been a lot of problems in Cornwall, you see. So it's in The Guardian, is it? Athletes. Athletes show how they can perform after pregnancy. It's not that one, is it? No. What's it called? Sick. Oh, there we go. They got diarrhea. I found it. Oh, we'll look at that in a minute. First of all, we've got to do this one first. Thanks, Sabine. In Mank, we are holding the World Para Swimming, but it's indoors. Good job and all. In fact, some events have been shut down around the UK coastline because they couldn't actually do the events because of poo in the rivers and seas. So yeah, title is 57. Yeah, got it here. I found it there. Thank you. 57 swimmers fall sick and get diarrhea at the World Triathlon Championships in Sunderland. How embarrassing for a whole country to be in that shit state. Mark's biggest fan. It was in Sunderland. They voted for it. Yeah, so the Nissan factory. They're all Nissan workers. That's what they are. Pooping. And so they end up in the rivers and seas. Oh, dear. I couldn't do it. Full-time father. Oh, was it Madame de Vere? Reminds me of Talita Coffee. You're all in trouble, or even with the... It's not because Brexit is a failure. It's because how they've implemented Brexit is a failure. Oh, they turn and... Oh, you're all in trouble. They'll turn and fart in your general direction. Most definitely. Embarrassing. I think it's hilarious, says Mike. People are getting sick. You know, the state of the UK, I mean, people are actually dying. Not necessarily because of turds, but because people are eating salmonella-infected chicken. 6 people already died this year. Polish chicken as well, so it's EU chicken. Yeah, well, send you any old shit now. We'll carry on doing it now because they kicked the can down the road again. Like they have, but there you go. Sorry. I didn't vote for it, no. Well. Oh, it's a spicy crisp. But away from the boozy photo op, he's getting a bit of grief, he is, from his fellow classmates. Yeah. Other Tories, Eurosceptic Tories. That's pretty patel. Well, Sunak and the Chancellor, Jeremy Hunt, sorry, excuse me, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, Jeremy Hunt, say they are focused on doing everything they can to cut costs for business to help fight inflation. Oh, I know what they could do to help fight inflation. Stick a pin in Theresa Coffee. That'll do it. Oh dear, did I say it out loud? Oh, I do apologise. Openly conceding in the process that aspects of Brexit are pushing up the prices. Ah, facepalm. Oh my giddy aunt. You don't say. I think we all knew that from day one, didn't we? This is painful, people. It's painful. Why don't people listen? Because they don't want to. No. They don't want to admit that Brexit is broken. And it was always going to be broken. It's written in its DNA. Well, oh dear. So the Remain tendency inside the Treasury have triumphed for the time being, and are tying us up to the EU regulations. Sovereignty, said David Jones. You know where he needs to go? He needs to go to the Davy Jones's locker, maybe. I mean, deputy chair he is of the pro-Brexit Tory European Research Group. Yes, a research group. They don't research anything, but it's a research group. The ERG. It's very disappointing, apparently. Oh dear. Get out my world's tiniest violin. I need a sound thingy for a tiny violin. Oh, it'd be squeaky, wouldn't it? Anyway, this week, Kemi Badenoch, remember her? Yeah, it's not because of Brexit. No, that's what she says. The business secretary, yeah, she is, apparently, ordered a retreat on Britain's plan for a post-Brexit rival to the EU's CE product quality mark, after business leaders warned that the duplication was costly and pointless. It's totally pointless. But they've still got to get this CE mark, and where are they going to have to get it done? They're going to have to get their CE marks done in the EU. You can't get them done in the UK, no. No. That was pulled away from the UK. It's madness. The whole thing's big madness. I wonder if the UK... well, not the UK CA mark, was it? UK REACH, which is going to be replacing EU REACH. You know, I've talked about this several times because they've already started testing on animals. Whether or not they will actually kick that can down the road again. Or get rid of it altogether like they did the CE mark. Or the UK CA mark, sorry. So ministers explained that the continued acceptance in Britain of the safety standards set in Brussels would let firms focus their time and money on creating jobs and growing the economy. This is just nuts. Every flipping time. We had Jacob Rees-Mogg, Doff Cap Forlock, and all that. There's he telling everybody that
They're now British fish, and they're better and happier fish for it.
they're crikey. It's all uplifting and all that. And that would save money by kicking the can down the road regarding imports into the United Kingdom being checked and phytosanitary. This was last year, and now it's been kicked down the road yet again, as you know. Just recently. And yet they won't admit that Brexit is a failure. If Brexit wasn't a failure, we wouldn't be kicking the can down the road. And let's be honest about this. The EU, the European Union, well, they decided to implement the checks on day one. That's what they did. For them, it's worked. And they're 27 member states. And one little country can't do it. Because they're actually dependent on the EU, in Europe, on imports. Too dependent. We need the food in the UK because we're not making enough. Growing enough. And what we do make, we end up importing the stuff to make it with. It's a joke. The whole thing's a joke, and it's a really bad nightmare. And it is. Oh, crikey. So focus their time and money on creating jobs and growing the economy. It's painful. Well, the government has made its clearest admission yet that the costs of Brexit are inflationary and need to be reduced. You really can't make this shit up, can you? Really, you really can't. This is some kind of comedy show, isn't it? This could be the script for Little Britain. Anecdote. Oh, dearie, dearie me. So the next day, the Financial Times revealed that the ministers were set to delay for the fifth time plans to introduce this new regime of paperwork and checks at the UK borders for animal and plant products coming from the EU. That included wood. Could you imagine? They keep going on about the construction industry. We need wood. Timber. You know, to build houses. It all comes under phytosanitary. Second-hand goods, second-hand tractors, second-hand trailers, anything that could harbour dirt would all be affected. Or would it be the so-called soft touch approach that they've said so many times before? This is just madness. We try to be in there as partners. It's inevitable. It's what you do in there. So the driving force for this is the need to bear down on inflation, so they say, said one of the government insiders. And it would push up prices of imported food. Of course it would. Everything become more expensive. Oh, pump up the volume. Pump up the volume. Okay, is my volume too low? Alright, let's have a look. It's a bit low, isn't it? Why is my volume low in my microphone? Let's bring that up a bit more. Oh, it wasn't as low as yesterday, the other day, was it? How's that? Is that any better? Oh, I've got to shout. Flash, we've only got 14 hours to save the world. Still not that loud, is it? Let me just go into that. Let's increase it. I could do it on here, though. Oh, actually, I could do it on there. I might better do it on here. Actually, why is the mic so low? Right. Is that any better? Is that better? Was it a bit too low, was it? I don't want to peak, though. So it's getting quite close to the red now. This is England, says. Anyway, let's tell you what. Let's go back to the chat. There we go. And another Fitbit a bit. I'll run away with me otherwise. If I don't keep checking on that. Right. So the volume is a bit low. How's the volume now? Is the volume okay now? Oh, anyone said anything? Can't hear you. No, what? No one's there. I find the volume fine, but hey, I've got sensitive hearing. That's because you're a very sensitive fellow, Mad Monk 33. You know it's true. I think you're very sensitive. You're such a little sweetie, really, aren't you? No? Sorry. Oh dear, there's a fly in it now. That's bugging me now. Go away, fly. Don't want the fly. Go away, fly. Well. Oh, where's that one gone? Alright, anyway. Back to the chat, where are we? Got flies crawling over my screen. I don't want to swat it, I did fly on my screen. Anyway, so I know it's been said to death, but Britain doesn't own any gas or oil. It has been sold to private companies. So all the oil and gas is imported and at market value. Alright, okay. Something else, alright? They just announced that they want to lay an interconnector. A big cable. Like a giant wire. Yeah. A big fat wire. They get lots of electricity down this big fat wire. All the way from Morocco to the UK. And it's going to be the longest interconnector cable known to man. Well, we know we've got one to Norway. We've got one to France for instance. But now they want to take one to Morocco. For solar power from Morocco. And this is when we've got all these flipping wind turbines that we keep turning off. Because we haven't got the grid set up to cope with the amount of power. But they're going to spend that kind of billions and billions and billions of pounds on this wire. Right, now this is the other argument. I mentioned earlier in an earlier stream actually, is that why are we importing electricity when we've got electricity? Why are we going to install another great big fat cable all the way to Morocco for solar power from Morocco? Why are we going to do that? Doesn't make any sense. All it means is your money when you're paying your bills it's going to go abroad. That won't be spent in the UK. It won't be employing people in the UK. It's just more offshoring the money. That's all it is. Just think of it like I don't know, like you've been bled. We know that England's bleeding Scotland dry. England's going to bleed England dry. That's crazy. There's one thing having interconnectors that in place that will fill the gap when we're not producing. There's no reason why we shouldn't be producing, but when we're not producing, like the one from France, for instance, or even Norway. But Morocco? I can't remember how far that's like 3,500 miles or something. Of wire. It's not going to be a 3.3 pin plug, is it? No. It's going to be a giant cable, a series of giant cables. Oh no, how do you earth it when it's under the sea? I know it don't work like that. Anyway. Oh, back into the old chat. It's all nuts, it is. They're all nuts. That's what they are. They're all crazy. Yep, there's a very well organised global right-wing movement at the moment. There is. And Steve Bannon's involved with that. And he's still popping over to the EU occasionally to talk to a variety of different people. Right-wing, wear racism, like, on your sleeve, so to speak. Something like that he said, didn't he? Not Davy Jones's log. Teresa's stinking water closet. Oh, lovely. Number 3 says, I favour a revolution myself, peaceful if possible. You know what, number 3, I think I do too, mate. I really do. I don't think we're going to get anywhere as it stands. I think people need to stand up against this now. I mean, forcefully stand up against us. Not violently, obviously, but forcefully. No, what if we had the national shutdown? Shut the country down. By not going to work. A national no work day. Where nobody went to work. Or something like that. My rats act more logical than Sneaky Sunak and his inept cabal, says one angry pagan. I'm not surprised. In fact, my dogs do too. I'm taking breaks too. It's important, says number 3. Yeah. Do you know what? You have to sometimes. Oh, you listen to music? Well, I've been recently as well. Because I have to admit, this flipping news log, it melts your brain. Brexit melts your brain. The Tories melt your brain. And all the crap that keeps going on in the UK melts your brain. And the crap in the seas make you really ill. Don't do it. Don't swallow. No. It's not the British right wing. The money comes from Russia. Well, that's true. Very cool. The money is probably coming from Russia. Well, look what happened. Yeah, Cambridge Analytica and OpenAI and OpenAI. What was it? What was that? Anyway, that was another company. There's two companies involved with all the scandal that's exposed by Channel 4 News. If you're going to convert somebody, that somebody needs to have a little bit of that tendency in the first place. You're not going to convert people who aren't already that way inclined, or or they want to believe it, I suppose. Oh my God! I should just reminded me something. Our neighbour popped over today. Generally, she's lovely in many ways, but oh my God, she's gone down that old rabbit warren. She has. Then the old dark web she has. Crikey, she came round going on about, oh, look at the meteo and all that, the weather map here in France. It's red everywhere, the temperature's also really cold, and we've got the weather. So global warming, she says. She's a bit of an eco-warrior as well, that's what she was. And now she's just gone loopy. She's got all real tinfoil hair. I just looked at her. I didn't engage because she just wanted to talk about it. She wanted to talk about that. It's all about. It's all conspiratorial. You know what I mean? It's corporations making us want to think that way so they can sell the solar panels or something stupid like that. How many people like her out there? And my daughter didn't realise it. She thought she'd be a bit, because she comes over doing all the eco stuff. She does all the canning and growing food, and does all the herbs and making infusions and stuff. But she's just gone loopy. That's just, it's just, I find it really sad that people just can't see the wood from the trees. It's just nuts. And she doesn't watch the news at all. In fact, her TV, she got rid of it. She hasn't got one. But she does go on the internet a lot. And when I fix a computer for her, I used to, I don't do it anymore, but I used to fix a computer for her. And the amount of crap in her history, because just cleaning the whole thing up, basically. It was just all this, well, I never had that side before. You look at it, well, a little bit dodgy, then it's obviously just right-wing crap, basically. As a fly in my ear. So yeah, it's quite annoying. Very annoying indeed. It's quite a shame, really, because it makes a relationship awkward and difficult with our French friends. Especially when they're like that. Please note, if your message does not appear straight away, it's held for review. And if it doesn't appear at all, then, it won't. Oh, well, it's not up to the channel standards, or the mods think. Thank you. There's Madbank 33. And they're not, they're going to keep prices high, whatever Richie and the company give them, they're just going to pocket it. Yes, they are. While they can overcharge for stuff, they will. There's more profit margins. Look at the oil companies making huge profits. And yet, they're screwing us over. I know it's been said to death, says Marx's biggest fan. Marx's biggest fan. But Britain doesn't own any gas or oil. It has been sold to private companies, yes. Everything is just imported, isn't it? Everything. Gas, oil. And when I was working at an interconnected Bacton Gas Works, and it was, I think I mentioned this before, when I was doing the health and safety check thing, you have to do like a course thing. And it's all done on the screen. In front of me was all these big screens showing the interconnector, basically the route of the cable, little lights and stuff, showing how the gas was going along the cable, basically, the pipe, along the pipe to Brussels or to Belgium. Anyway, it goes to the end and comes back again. Well, what's all that about? Well, it's also the stock exchange. We sell them, they sell it back to us. For more money. Yeah. Especially it's just pushing the price up of gas. And this was at Bacton Gas Works in Norfolk. So yeah, everything's exported and then it's re-imported. Well, not everything's exported, but the stuff that is exported is generally either re-imported or sold elsewhere. You know, if we got all this electricity up north for the the wind turbines, sorry, why the hell aren't we selling that to somebody? If we can't seem to use it ourselves, we turn the wind turbines off. It's costing hundreds of millions of pounds every single year. Scroll down. Russia isn't going anywhere. No. The UK's economy for the subsidiaries. The Sunak is licensing private oil companies to increase their profits. I use tea tree oil as a mosquito repellent. You don't need much, mind you. Yeah, stinky stuff. Hello, phone box chicken. If she likes Jordan Peterson, she really is nuts. Okay. I don't know what that's about, but there you go. Bernie GRM, Jake Rees-Mogg, probably has his own Opie's dye kit, whips and spike chains for self-mortification. Yeah. Bring out the gimp. Conspiracy crap, stop. The problem is that you have some EU countries like Greece helping Russia bypass oil sanctions. Yeah, like India and places like that. It's not just the oil, is it? It's other stuff as well, grain and stuff like that, and other food stuffs are ending up onto the market, and products ending up on the market. And in Russia, they've got a parallel import system in place to get over it as well. So certain products are being added to this parallel import system. You know, how else are they getting all their stuff? And then you've got companies that have not, well, they haven't done the moral thing. You know, here in France, for instance, there'd be companies like, think of a name. Oh, what's it called? There's a food, oh, look, I can't remember what it's called. Give me some A. And then we've got Decathlon. And we've got Leroy Merlin's, the DIY places. They're still operating in Russia. Huge French companies. Oh, hello, Darren DeStar. Hope you're well. Burnley, what? If Reese... knock things over. If Rees-Mogg wants to find a leech for his bloodletting, he just has to go to the 1922 committee that they did last time. Yeah, bloodletting them. Let's get rid of impurities, won't it? Basically, they slit your wrists a little bit. Drain a little bit of blood off. Lovely idea, isn't it? There we go. I hope the volume's okay now. Oh, hello there. Who's there? Oh, we've got Gingers. Hello, Gingers. I hope you're well. Hope you're good. Is it cold? Is it wet? Is it rainy? Is it windy? We've got storms heading to the UK if they're not already there. Hello, Alistair Armcare. Hi, Marcus. Hi, Watercrew, and hi, Mad Monk. Mad Monk 33. Jim Toy says, Vertigo. Russia has increased exports to China and India. They're still receiving $60 per barrel. The price needs driving down further. No, we need to cripple Russia somehow. We need to stop buying those fucking drones from Iran. That's going to go on for, oh God, at least another year, I reckon. The war in Ukraine. Very worrying. Did you scroll down? Oh, really? You want me to do that, do you? I know somebody who doesn't want me to do it. Yeah. I'll put that on top here, ready? Oh, what do you reckon? Should I do it? Should I do it? Should I do it? Should I do it? So I'm going to do it. Mad Monk 33, this is just for you, buddy. Just for you. Foundations of Geopolitics. No, I haven't. How I read Foundations. I'm going to make a note of that. What's everyone gone out? Not got many people there. Got 31. Everyone's gone boogieing, haven't they? They're all going to the nightclubs. Shaking their bits. That's what they're doing. Foundations of a geopolitics. Made my notes. I have. Look away, madman! Look away! Is it still going? Oh my god, it's still going. That's on loop. I should really take it off loop. Let me just have a look at that. Is it on loop? Yeah, it's on loop. Okay, I've took it off loop. Just yeah. Even though I don't want to say it more than once. I will send you to the naughty step, Karen. Yeah, that's his idea. That was. Top smoke, ginger draft. Are you taking the super glue to stick yourself to all Shorts Drive when you go? Be quite hard because it's shingle. Or granite. You owe that kid a lot of money. Yeah. We got the extended version, yeah. That was on loop. It's basically, it's a book by Alexander Dugan, and it's basically a handbook on how to rebuild the Russian Empire. I haven't read that. Sounds interesting. You again. Depends how thin you slice them. Slice what? How many Tories does it take? To wallpaper a room. Well, it depends how thin you slice them. Would you have to dry them, or would you have to, like, tan them or something like you would do leather? Ginger says it's sunny today, and in the United States it is, and back to rain tomorrow. We can't seem to go more than 2 days without nasty storms and flooding. It's been dreary here a bit at the moment, but it's apparently changing for sunny. But it's not global warming, according to my neighbour. No, but she was wearing a tinfoil hat. Jim taught all shorts. Part of it says that Britain should be isolated from the rest of Europe. It is. Hi, Joel. You are late there. Oh, hello, Joel. I hope you're well, Fuddy. Hope you're well. You are late there is a forfeit. You must sing a song, Joel. Sing a song. Sing a song, a sixpence pocket full of rye. Oh, Dugan is a nut. Okay. I don't know. Says Karen. Anyway. So, imagine when that kid grows up and discover that he's... he's all Shorts famous. Probably. Maybe. He's a little cutie. Little chubby fella. Right. Okay. Back into... me article. Right. So, the driving force for this need to bear down on inflation, they say. Well, we know inflation factor is Brexit itself. And they're kind of proving it here. That the ability for Britain to control its own rules and borders were central tenets of Brexit, but Sunak, Hunt and Badenoch have showed themselves willing to ditch the orthodoxy in search of growth and to fight inflation. So Brexit hasn't worked, and we always said it was never going to work, and it hasn't worked, so there you go. Time to return to the EU, but they don't want us. No. And a hell of a lot of work would have to be done before it's possible. Everything that has been done will have to be, undone, I suppose. The government's latest announcement signal a shift to more pragmatism in dealing with the consequences of Brexit, said Anton Spisak, who writes on the EU-UK relations at the Tory Institute. It's a think tank. Oh, I wonder if it's funded by those who fund the New Conservatives. No, I don't think so. So, in doing so, the government has made its clearest admission yet that the costs of Brexit are inflationary and need to be reduced if ministers are serious about tackling rising prices. But some Brexiters, well, they see it as a sellout. Oh, dare the right wing of the bunch, the nutters, of Brexit principles. Part of leaving the EU was to have our own regulatory regime that was more suited to the UK conditions than the EU one, Jones has said. We should be cracking on with it. Oh, Brexit's not done. It's Brexit in name only. Do Brexit properly. I just want my Brexit. Oh, Priti Patel, the former Home Secretary. Remember her? The witch. Got replaced by another witch. Said free from the grip of Brussels. Oh, Brussels, freedom. We had a great opportunity to transform our country into a low-tax beacon of free trade. But delivering on the potential has stalled. Oh, dear me. They're like Brexit traitors, they are. So Brexiters believe that the Sunak began his retreat from the core Eurosceptic values in February when he agreed with the EU. The Windsor Framework. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Oh, the Windsor Framework. Or something like that. Well, that's a deal to improve the post-Brexit trading rules covering Northern Ireland because they weren't happy. No, with the Northern Ireland Protocol. You know, like the DUP and the ERG and a whole bunch of other nuts. Anyway, the agreement conceded a role for the European Court of Justice. What? The European Court of Justice in overseeing the Accord, and the former Premiers Boris Johnson and Liz Truss were among the 22 Tory MPs who voted against it. Oh, dear. Well, Sunak wrote to their Eurosceptics over the Windsor deal was followed by the decision in May to abandon the Totemic promise to review or scrap all retained EU law. Well, one moment they said there's about 800, then it says about 1,200, then it says 2,400, then it says 4,500, and then they say we don't really know. Different laws that would be scrapped. There's no way they could ever going to sort that out. That'd be rewritten, you see. Something that could be replaced with something. Well, Badenoch explained that they climbed down at the stormy meeting with ERG members in May. But one ally of the minister said she was unrepentant in trying to end uncertainty and cut business costs. So what you're saying is, well, there's less costs involved if you're actually in the EU, or trading as though you're in the EU, than being out of the EU. Is that what they're saying? I think so. Well, after a decision this week to retreat on plans for a UK rival to EU CE safety mark, no mention about the UK REACH mark, you know, chemicals database, no. For most goods sold in Britain, one ally of Badenoch said, business didn't like it, she said. Enough of this. Let's just sort it out, they said. Well, Jones has said he expects or suspects that the decision to drop key Brexit policies was made as a result of negotiations on the Windsor Framework. In other words, it was part of a broader deal with the EU. Conspiracy theories, you see. Well, Hunt's allies insist that the decisions are not about Brexit. No? Really? I think they are about Brexit. But are part of the government's focus on weeding out any politics that complicate the Bank of England's fight against inflation. Well, we're talking about that's effect. Aren't we talking about the cause? Now, Isaac Levido, the Tory election advisor, has long warned it would be disastrous to fight the election with large parts of Brexit unresolved, having fought the 2019 contest on the promise to... Oh, God's sake, really? Really? It's painful. Oh.
Let's get Brexit done.
Flipping hell, it's as done as getting up the turkey the day before Christmas. Raw. Well, Sunak has gradually taken off some of the outstanding issues, although the question of when to introduce full border checks for the EU imports, they're already in place for trade going the other way. They're still up in there. Nobody's happy. No. They're not happy at all. They're never happy, are they? No. And we're back into the chat. I've got to work out how to do this. Oh yeah, over there. Right, there we go. All yours. Funa been where we got the word fund. Just saying says, thanks, Ginger. I was laughing the other day of a product that they had those little spring bracelets as a repellent. Well, is that going to do anything? Oh, she's gone to bed. She's not very well at the minute, mate. Mad Monk, no cow, and she's a really bad tummy. Could you get your good wife to pair on this stream as I have a quest for help from Caroline? Or is it to do with the little Chinese lad? Probably. No, she's very well. She's just gone to bed. She's what happens is if she eats something's wrong, she's got ulcers in the stomach, you see. If she eats something like, for instance, that bloats her, it appears to like stretch the ulcers or sort of they become inflamed inside. And then she's really uncomfortable for ages afterwards. I just throw Wally a treat. I bonked me right in the head. Sorry, Wally. I did throw you a treat. Dora was just eating it. No, sorry, she's not well. Colour me shocked. The DUP aren't happy. No, not at all. Oh, when are they happy? I think that's what you get at, isn't it? Eh? So the UK financial sector loses 447 million customers when they walk out of the door. Yep, literally. 447 million customers. And that is just the actual full members, isn't it? Well, we could do another Chinese dance. Okay, leave Bad Bung alone. So, the DUP are still waiting for their Flintstones cars. So the 31st or the 12th, are you talking about the checks that's supposed to come and play in January? Well, that can's been kicked down the road again. 32. So Tom Finney, Simon says, is a chess player. Intermezzo chess term, I'm confused. The tectonic or teutonic seismic inevitability is cataclysmic. Then your framework's going to work. They're not going to work because it's just ridiculous. The Northern Ireland Protocol was ridiculous, and so is this Windsor framework. They're completely utterly ridiculous. Ah, you know what? That makes sense. Karen O'Connor says, I had to give up rice and wheat as caused ulcers. That worked for you. That's interesting. I'll tell Carol about it. She actually had rice tonight. Normally you'd eat rice because it steadies the tummy, doesn't it? But she struggles to actually swallow rice anyway because of the esophagus thing. What basically happened is she's had the procedure after she had septus, and then they're trying to sort all her problems out, and she's got all these different issues as regards to this septus that she had, septicemia, and it's taking its toll on her, poor thing. I will mention that to her actually. That's quite interesting. Do you pay? The DUP, not DUP, needs help from unicorns. Yes. Could them? You should give them a bush in it. a bush in. Is that a peach or tomato? Oh God. Even all late to the party, but we'll bring a note next time. So no, it was Vincent. Hello there. Hope you well. Vincent Brennan's in the house. All short. Sorry to hear that, but she gets well soon. Yeah, this is gonna take keep. Yes, it wants to delete that thing off your computers. She wouldn't know where to find it. No, this is going to be a long, drawn-out thing. It's going to take a long while to sort out. Poor Caroline. She really has been suffering. You know, to the point of thinking, you know, why am I going on, sort of thing. She's so depressed about it. It's just constant discomfort or pain or whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah, she struggles, poor thing. You ready? Oh, Mad Monk 33. Oh, crikey. Oh, crikey. She's gone to bed, but I'll probably do it tomorrow then. But I'll just show you, mate. I'll show you anyway. You know, you mentioned something about a book about flags. It came the other day. Don't fall off the edge, Marcus. Don't fall off the edge. A little Grace. Somebody made a donation in the chat, in the super chat. I know I'm digressing a little bit here. The little Grace is really cool, keen on flags and what have you. She's really interested in them. And she is. She really is interested, you know. Anyway, we got her a book. Because somebody very kind said get her a book. And done a super chat, so we did it. Yeah, man of my word that I am, I promise you that. There's one thing I can't stand is liars. And that, you know, I think, you know, if we can't have some honesty in people, I think that's a serious problem. That's why we're in a serious problem, because people are, because of too many living lies. Anyway, it's a book of flags. And it's actually, we've got this one. It was, oh, books are expensive these days, aren't they? I have to admit, it's actually really, really good. And it's all split into the countries, so it tells you a little bit about each country and the origins of the flags. And it explains in the front of the book about flags in general as well. And it's quite cool because it's Jamaica, like Nigeria, places like that. Obviously, it's interest to her and the sisters. Sudan, Brazil. And she's come up with a flag there. What was it now? It's in the Caribbean. And it's where her teacher's from. And she draws this little picture of this flag. And it's sort of like a triangle in, you know, I can't remember what colour it was now. Oh, where was that again? It was in, oh, I can't remember now. No, that's the pirate's flag. Which one was it now? That's going to bug me now, isn't it? That's going to bug me now. That's going to really bug me. She found it in the book. Says that's where my teacher's from. Germany. Croatia, Hungary, Montenegro, Serbia. What was the name of it? Kosovo. There's so many flags it'll take me ages to go through and find that. But it's pretty cool. It really is good. And yeah, she's been going through it bit by bit. And Niger. Is it Niger? Is it spelled Niger or pronounced Niger or Niger? I don't know. How would pronunciation, you know? Sudan, Cameroon. That the ones anyway, because it's not. That is Africa. Africa. Oh, hang on, don't Trinidad. What's about India? I mean. Not that one. Oh, I can't find it. Oh, hang on. I think I just did. Did I just say it? Did I just say it? No, I didn't. I'm sidetracking now. I do apologise. I found it. St. Lucia. That one. She drew that picture. You know, from memory. And that's where a teacher from school's from. St. Lucia. Which is an island, I believe, isn't it? Is that the Caribbean? I think it's the Caribbean. Anyway. I think it's wonderful. I love diversity. I think it's wonderful. That I do. I might be a little bit biased because my grandchildren, you know. There you go. Oh, my microphone. There you go. That's back. Anyway, back on. Let's get back on track, shall we? Yeah, I've got a bit off track there. I just want to show you that because that's from a super chat on live stream last week. So I just, yeah, I ordered it. So somebody said, get her a book on flags. So I did. So, back into there. Scroll down. Did you show Grace the oldest flag that's still used to this day? The oldest flag? I don't know. Which one's that? I don't know which one that is. I'll tell you what, though. My son works in the museum service in Norfolk, and they've actually got the oldest tricolour, the French flag. That was a Battle of the Nile, and they've got the. I think that's I don't know, one of the French big tall ships, and they got that's the earliest, one of the earliest. Well, it is the earliest. Apparently, thought to be the earliest tricolour. Now they had it in St Andrew's Hall in Norwich. They had it all sprawled out on there, for so they can open it right out. Basically, it's very fragile. Obviously, it's old. They got a guy with a drone inside St Andrew's Hall to do a video of it, of this flag. Well, unfortunately, he didn't realise that his flying skills weren't too great without GPS. And being inside this pretty hefty stone building, he had no GPS inside. And that was a DJI Phantom Pro 4, I think it was. Anyway, he crashed. Flew into the curtains. They just hit the curtains and landed it on this flipping flag. It's very fragile. There's this hefty old drone, crashing with blades whirring around and smashing into this flipping. Lucky it didn't damage it. Into this flag. Incompetence. It's incompetence. So you can't fly a drone actually without the GPS. People. Oh dear. Anyway. So it's a Danish flag, is it? So the Danish flag is the oldest continuously used flag in the world. Oh, I didn't know that. The oldest flag was a stone. Was it a stone or scone? It does, doesn't it? That flag, it looks like, this St. Lucie is a bit like Star Trek insignia. Beat me up, Scotty! I know, no one is giving up their piece of the pie. Not for the UK, no. Do they realise it... Hello, Bernie Waller, I hope you're well. Do they revise it each year? They may need to add Wangland soon. Oh, crikey. Obviously, we have a Graham follower in the house. I've been to every single country in the world without flying. The first time I met Graham, he says, I don't like talking about it. I don't mention it and stuff. I lost count of the amount of times he told the people that you've been to every single country in the world without flying. Don't be wrong, it's a hell of an achievement. It's pretty brilliant, but, it's just the fact he said he doesn't. Then he did. Funny guy. Oh, Mary McGuinness is the dogs. Oh no, no one is giving up their piece. Oh, done already. I want an island, says Just Saying. I want an island. That flag looks like Star Trek. That Scottish flag is banned. The Scottish flag is banned. Is there actually a ban on the Scottish flag? Because St George's flag isn't banned. Angerland is more appropriate, I think. Says Joel. Yep. Oh, is it raining there, one angry pagan? Is it raining? And lightning? They got storms coming your way, ain't you? Such angry people, they need a glass of wine and a kiss of a beautiful girl. Or both. I'm not one to judge. Oh, good bear. Need good bear. Unfortunately, a lot of your bear's going to be watered down because to beat the taxation of duties, you see. So, a guy at my work years ago built a radio-controlled helicopter and decided to test it in the house. Oh dear. He tethered it. That's the worst thing you can do. But he'd wired a let. Oh no. Oh really? He wired his left and right servos all the wrong way round. So you left, and right. So that'd be on the yeah, wouldn't it? Oh god. Now we make a statute out of Bozo. Pigeons need more toilets. We've got one for Margaret Thatcher. Why can't we have one for Bozo? I feel ashamed about the butcher's apron sometimes. I love the Euro flag. It says, hello, Doggo. Yeah, I have to admit I am, to be honest. it's become it's no longer a symbol of unity, and especially what's going on with where Scotland's being treated now, it's even worse. I know many Scottish people say there was never any unity there, but it's got worse and worse and worse over the years, and especially the Tory party. You know, it's I'm not saying actually, to be fair, Labour probably went much better, not as far as Scotland's concerned. Well, at least we've got devolution under Labour. I suppose there's that to it. Oh, big fan of McGuinness. Yeah, she's good. Half of the good people, they're leaving, they're standing down. Next generation, unfortunately. So was Nadine Dorries. She kind of stood down, didn't she, several months ago? No? Well, at least she said she's going to retire. Not retire, she's going to resign. For immediate effect, and she's still there. Still taking money. Yeah, and so is her daughters. And yet they're doing nothing. They're not earning it. No. Crazy. Expenses as well. How the hell can she charge expenses when she ain't doing anything? Oh dear. The Saltire is 2 clouds in the sky, and they're banned in Catalonia too. A flag of Mercia, yellow saltire on a blue field. Just a wee note that the coat of arms of McGuinness has the red hand of Ulster in it. Ooh. Boris's underpants. Brexit Britain flag. Oh, do it like white, grubby old white fronts, you know? Yeah, I bet so. I bet there's grubby old white fronts. Or do you think he wears a thong? Yeah. Or maybe even a mankini with those boobs. Lovely. What's going on with Rishi Sunak? It looks like he's got a spine in his front. How can he be that skinny and a big boot? I don't understand how it works. He got an ounce of muscle on him, has he? An ounce. He ain't done nothing in his life. Other than press buttons, maybe. Just saying, said I played a joke on this office worker. I turned her right click to left click and the speed of the cursor to lightning. What the? Yeah, that would have got it. Oh. I reckon dragons are the oldest flags. They turn up in loads of early cultures for some reason. That must be quite possible. Quite possible. Top Smoke say. Hello, Top Smoke. I think Scots flag is banned in Catalonia. Oh. In Spain. Catalonia, Spain. Why would it be banned? Well, hang on. And they're banning, what banning? Well, they've instructed ministers to stop Scottish ministers from talking about independence if they go abroad. Richie might be stealth transitioning. Maybe. I would like to know whether or not Rishi Sunak actually has given up his green card. Because I don't know if she's here today. Is she here at the moment? No. Anyway, somebody was often in the chat, sent me over a link to a federation website in the US about how, so basically registration, a list of people who have given up their, green cards and stuff like that. I've gone through every single page I can find on there. I've done control find and trying to look for that name Sunak, and it's not anywhere on any of those pages to say that he's relinquished his green card. And I think it was August 21 that was thought to have been. Can I find it? Can I, Al? No. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Did he? Did he not? I don't think they have. I don't think they have relinquished it. I think they're just playing the, time. People forget, you see. Or less people become interested. I think we just share it on Twitter. Was it Easter, whatever it's called these days? Exter. After a night's drinking, says Kieran O'Connor, if the world had only one flag, we'd all be happy. That's what we need. We need a world leader. Boris Johnson used to want that job. Yeah, we need a world leader. Stop all the infighting then, maybe. Or will you get more infighting? I doubt it very much. I doubt it very much too. Censorship. Ginger's Draft. Everyone else who said hi. Censorship what? What censorship? Into what? Guinness. Okay, down. Tom and Finney, lefty. Oh, lefty forfeit late sing. Oh, I don't know what that means. Sunak went to the States to stand in the queue and renew his green card. Quite possibly. Quite possibly. Somebody put a little video clip up, thinking that all this security and what's going on, it's some singer. I might end up being Rishi Sunak. I did something similar with work colleague's phone. I swapped the top row of buttons with the bottom row of buttons. This is my kind of humour. It's something I'd do. Why is Richie always smiling? It may be. I don't know. I don't know. Why is it? He tried to put over this positive, happy-go-lucky, kind of persona, doesn't he? Everything is going to be fine. Trust in me, I'm on it. That's what you'd like you to think. But we know otherwise. We know everything's gone to shit. Well, why were there no flags on Star Wars? Well, they had emblems, symbols, didn't they? But no actual flag. Did they have flags? I don't know. Can't think now. Good point. Top smoker. It's a top fact. Why were there no flags on Star Wars? Why then? Why? Tell me. Hello, Vipek. I hope you're well. If the unbanned all borders, what would all of us people do? Go on holiday, travel across them. I'm looking at train schedules right now, says Ginger's Draft, and I'm thinking of arriving in Manchester's Piccadilly station on 12:30 in the afternoon on Tuesday. I won't be there, sorry. No, I'm in France. I'll pick you up from the airport in France when you come this way, though. Jim Doyle, yours. I see that you like GNR, and have you heard of One in a Million? Don't know the lyrics on the Guns N' Roses, you're talking about that, yeah. Chinese democracy and all that. I don't know the lyrics on the screen. They are vile. Yeah, I know. A lot of them are, aren't they, though? You're late. You must sing now. You've got to sing it. What's the bit I've got to sing? Don't marry her. Me. Yeah, something like that. Sunak gets his daily bleach nemus. Hence a smile. You might have something there, actually, Animus. So, bleaching what, like a bleach colonic? An enema. To flush them out inside. Lovely. Feel bleachy. Me on Discord, and we will sort something between us and Lee. Direct message me on. Oh, that's regarding Ginger's and her travel plans. Ginger's visiting the UK all the way from the US. It's a big effort to do that these days. Yeah, you got to get your visas. Yeah, you're gonna have to have your done. Maybe. Dorco says Brexit ruined my life. Oh, Brexit buggered me up and all. I'll be up to honest with you. It really did bugger me up. I was doing quite well with my little business here, and Brexit really screwed it up. As soon as it happened, all of a sudden, all my customers started fleeing. They did. Not all of them, but definitely reduced by a big margin. I know a very smiley guy. He was always drunk. I don't think Rishi Sunak is drunk. I won't be surprised he drinks bugger all. He's kind of that sort, I think. Good night, Verticu. I need to go now. Good night, Shorts. Take care, buddy. Be good. Tribalism is natural for our species. Tribalism, I suppose, like Dunning-Kruger effect, isn't it? Looking at our history, the mistake everyone makes is that it doesn't necessarily mean conflict. but it can also mean cooperation. Ginger's drafts. Did you bring an interpreter? What, for me? Those unicorns are hard to understand. Oh, wicked down. Oh, the Brexiters. Yeah. Top smoke. All shots. I hope you have an airport-style scanner for Ginger's arriving at the chateau. Check for iron bars. Maybe. I got metal detectors. I can do that. Yeah, that'll work, won't it? Oh, hopefully Brexit's not forever. Tom Finney and Dorco. Life has changed. It's changed very much for lots of people. It's been awful, and it has ruined so many jobs. It's destroyed families. You know, because obviously the Brexit divide, and some people think Brexit's a brilliant idea, and other people think it's stupid. And those who think it's stupid are I told you so. And then they get divorced. Stuff like that. You know how it goes. Yeah, not great. Hope it's not forever. Yeah. Maybe Star Wars was imagining there's no country, like Johnny said. You talking about? Crikey, that's Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash, you got me. I didn't beat you there. Burn Ring of Fire next. Anyway, was it? That's for the Brexiters, though. Yeah. Laters, Bertie. Take care, buddy. Anyway, let's get back into what I was supposed to be doing. I've got a couple of bits and pieces I want to do as well. Oh my God, an hour and a half already. I've been jabbering. And I haven't had the chat up. Oh, I've got to put that up. Oh, God, what am I like? Anyway, so Sunak is gradually ticking off some of the outstanding issues, although the question of when to introduce full border checks for EU imports, now they are already in place for trade going the other way, but it's all up in the air. Just having a drink. Anyway, so Jake Rees-Mogg, remember him? Dothcat Warlock and all that. Well, he said that's all very.
I think it's rather uplifting.
That's what he said. But that's a whole load of bollocks. So that is because it's not very uplifting because everyone has kind of had to put it down in the dumps about it all now. Well, Jake Rees-Mogg, he argued that when he was in the cabinet, that Britain should use its freedoms. It's Brexit freedom. Freedom to leave its borders open for safe. I love this. Leave your borders open for safe imports. Open. From the EU and other countries with advanced regulation. Regulations worth diddly squat. You've got to have systems in place to enforce it. Generally a border. Such as the US and Australia. See, this is all lies. They have border control. But the longer the UK border remains open, the more likely it is, well, that the issue will feature in next year's election. While Labour has promised to negotiate a veterinary deal with the EU. Now, reducing the need for the most onerous checks. Really. They're promised. No one's agreed to this, you see. So no one knows if it's even going to be a thing. It's just rhetoric and talk. Now, if there is any deal to be done, it's going to have to be done with the European Court of Justice. Without that, nothing's going to proceed. Jacob Rees-Pettifog, says Kieran O'Connor. Oh dear. So, Aaron Menon, director of the UK and Changing Europe, a think tank, welcomed what he called the sensible politics adopted by Sunak and his ministers in the recent weeks, in the face of the UK's economic problems. But he said, it's what you might call a rational Brexit. The question is whether, if you didn't have a cost of living crisis, you would then go back to more hardline, no compromise stance. Okay. I can't say that working out for us. No. Not at all. So, Rishi Sunak is getting pressure from the right-wing nutjobs in the party. Yeah, like the ERG lot again. I thought they might have disappeared or crawled back underneath the stone. So he's got to try to suck up to them. Meanwhile, he's having to say, oh, it's inflationary. He's basically admitted that Brexit is inflationary. And so is Badnock. So is Hunt. Pretty much the same across the board, isn't it? It's annoying. It's really, really annoying. Meanwhile, we've got other numpties, such as this numpty, him. Remember him, Patrick Christie? Oh my giddy aunt. Well, he used to be like a little YouTuber, like me. And now he's on, GB News. Yeah, unfortunately. Anyway, you'll hear what he has to say. Oh, he's a very bright lad, you know.
British culture is under attack. We are being ground down,
referring to,
broken up, diluted and shafted, bit by bit and piece by piece.
hunting.
The latest round of the debanking scandal reveals that traditional rural countryside pursuits like shooting are being crushed. Companies who make guns perfectly legally for the 650,000 licensed gun owners in the UK, they're having their accounts closed. People who run companies focused on drag hunting as well. I mean, the irony is, of course, that companies that send highly sexualised drag acts into primary schools so that perverts can get their genitals out in front of kids, they can have a bank account, but not the hunting kind. No, not them. What will come next? Meat farmers are debanked because it doesn't suit a bank's vegan agenda? These are rural, British, countryside pastimes, and they are being stigmatised and defunded, cancelled. But this is just the latest attack on British culture. We've got the illegal migration crisis, the net migration crisis. I mean, we now live in a country where an illegal immigrant often has more rights than someone with a British passport. We're teaching children in schools that being white is bad. We're being taught that our history is bad. Even the Falkland Islands are writing up an equalities officer. Britain used to be a nation of shopkeepers. Our entrepreneurial spirit and ingenuity was the envy of the world, but thanks to a high tax, high regulation system, individualism is being strangled. National songs are deemed to be offensive. It seems like every little aspect of British national identity is being attacked. And you have to ask why, don't you? Why?
Little runt.
Because once it's lost, it's gone forever.
Kipper.
And if we're all divided up into tiny different pigeonholes, we become very easy to rule. If you destroy identity, you destroy unity. And that only serves to benefit people right at the top.
He is. he's an advert for immigration. I just think we went live this morning. So I did a video this morning on our little walk. Me and Miss were talking about it. And what made me think about this was when I was chatting to my dear daughter, and her other half is Nigerian. And her brother is, not her brother, her brother-in-law, Omwody, which is Ken's brother. Well, he's now working with Ken in the UK, doing the same sort of thing, basically breaking software. Yeah, see, the flaws in and stuff like that. Can it be attacked? Where are its weak points? Anyway, they work together now, and really good money doing what they do. Anyway, it's just. When the husband asked him, why did you come to the UK? Also to Ken this, because he's the first one there. Basically, he says they were sold, not sold though. They were told it was all this, that, and the other. Everything was great in the UK. It was wonderful in the UK. Land of milk and honey and all that. The roads are paved in gold and all that. And do you know what doesn't help? It's when you got these right-wing nut jobs. All the Brexiters and other racist xenophobes, telling the world basically that everything is so great over here. And you're coming over here stealing our jobs and our women and all that sort of stuff. Everything's fantastic, and you're taking it away from us. We're so angry about it. So all you're doing is telling everybody around the world that everything is so great in the UK, even though it actually isn't. But painting a picture, it's like a perception of what it's like in the United Kingdom, and then you wonder why they're coming. Nothing like shooting yourself in the face, foot and whatever else, just like Brexit. Stupid. And you got people like this, Patrick Christie geezer. Oh my God, he's horrible piece of work. You know, these people who are going doing this hunt and what have you, they're putting snares out and what have you. They call them legal snares. Why are they legal? Snaring rabbits, what have you. The people releasing the ones that are end up being arrested for releasing the animals on these snares. And they're capturing foxes and releasing them for the hounds to find, for the hunt and what have you. Even though it's illegal. You know, there's plenty of footage out there proving that they're still at it. You know, horrible pieces of work. I'll tell you what I'd like to do. I'd like to put one of them landowners in a snare. You know, the hunters. Now, we have the chasse over here, which is bad enough. But it isn't, a load of toffs on horses. No. Just farmers with little vans and they happen to have a gun. There's a lot of guns in France, you know. But they don't go around shooting each other. There's sort of a bit of a difference there. I suppose it's a good idea, really, not to do that. So, Patrick Christie reckons that British culture is under attack. Oh, he's such a foul little man. Now, but look on the bright side. Theresa Coffey has said that the bathing waters around the United Kingdom have become much cleaner under this administration. I kid you not. Oh, there we go.
But what I am keen to say, Mr. Deputy Speaker,
Outright
is
lie.
that we have already delivered. I've already shared about how bathing waters got much cleaner under this administration. And we will. But what I am keen to say, Mr. Deputy Speaker, is that we have already delivered. I've already shared about how bathing waters got much cleaner under this administration. And we will.
How can she stand there and say that? Really? Now, I made a video earlier about how people are ending up in, swimming in shit, literally, but in poo. More reports in Cornwall. Also, there's reports that half of the most of the monitors aren't actually working, and yet Surfers Against Sarah is just saying that just check our site to see whether or not it's safe to swim, what have you. But the sensors for which they are logged into, which are government sensors for these plants, for these sewage outlets, and they're not even working anyway. So there's no point going onto the website if it's not working, is there? Not at all. And she's trying to make out that everything is, hunky-dory. Meanwhile, we have this that somebody shared with us in this stream. 57 swimmers have fallen sick and get diarrhea. Diarrhea! Oh, lovely. That's the trots, you see. The trots. At the World Triathlon Championship in Sunderland. Could you imagine? It would have been like a shit slick. Yeah, as they're crossing the sea. Blimey. All got diarrhea. Anyway, so 57 of them. Now, one thing I just do not understand is, why the hell would you swim in it? When you know full well that it's going to be full of poo. Why? Who wants to swim in poo? So at least 57 people fell ill with sickness and diarrhea after competing in the sea swimming events at the World Triathlon Championship Series in Sunderland, which is the north east coast. Health officials confirmed this weekend. About 2,000 people participated in the events last weekend, which included a swim off Sunderland's Blue Flag Roker Beach, and the UK Health Secretary Agency said it would be testing samples from those who were ill to establish the cause of the illness and any common pathogens. Now, an Environment Agency sampling out to Rocker Beach on Wednesday, 26th of July, 3 days before the event, showed 3,900 E. coli colonies per 100 millilitres, more than 39 times higher than the typical readings the previous month, which are also too high. Now, E. coli is a bacterial infection which can cause stomach pain. There's more than one form of E. coli. Some are very, very serious. In fact, my dear wife had E. coli in her urinary tract in one of the tests. Basically, infection, bacterial infection. But the British Triathlon and the governing body for triathlons in Great Britain said that the agency's sampling results were not published until after the weekend's events and were outside the body of the water where its competitions took place. It said its own testing results passed the required standings for the event. They might have moved up the river, up the coast by then. It's tidal waters, isn't it, Well, the event was on a stretch of coastline that has been at the centre of the long-running battle over sewage discharges between campaigners and the government concerning regulatory failures. And then we got Theresa Coffey trying to tell us that things are improving. Now, Northumbrian Water insisted it was not to blame for the illnesses and that it had not recorded any discharges that might have affected the water quality at the Roker Beach since October 2021. The fact of the matter is the spin sensors aren't working, so of course they haven't detected anything. So Jacob Birtwistle, a funny name, 28, at the Australian triathlete, posted the Environment Agency's results on Instagram and said he had felt unwell after the event. He wrote, "I've been feeling pretty rubbish since the race, but I guess that's what happens when you swim in shit." Well, the swim should have been cancelled. And the athlete responded, "At least I know what got me and a bunch of other athletes who raced sick and ill." Another wrote that now explains why I spent the Monday night and my head in the toilet after racing Sunday morning. Lovely. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh well. Blimey. So Bob Latimer, 79, a campaigner, pursued legal action for several years against the government over the sewage discharges at Whitburn, which is north of Rock Beach. A pre-action letter was sent on his behalf to the Environment Law Foundation and the Department for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs, DEFRA, which is basically Theresa Coffey. But you're not getting no joy at her because she's going around saying that it's, well...
But what I am keen to say, Mr. Deputy Speaker, is that we have already delivered. I've already shared about how bathing water has got much cleaner under this administration.
So they're talking a whole load of bollocks, aren't they? There they are. And I'm going to be clocking off in a minute. What's the time, Mr. Wolf? 1 hour 43, a little bit longer, I suppose. Let's check in the chat, shall we? I don't know why, but my numbers have gone really down again. Did anyone get any notifications? Right, Brexit ruined my life, I'm not surprised. Right, so, the UK, if the UK was a computer, it would be a 286. I had a 286 machine. A Tandy. It's Tandy or Tandon? Tandy? I think it's Tandy. 286. What about Captain Peacock? Do they hunt him too? Probably. Kool-Aid 76. Are they? We are not optimistic now. They are a spectrum with a broken tape. Oh my god, comparing the Tory party with computers. So, why hasn't this show been cancelled yet? Yeah. 91 Leeds. It's referring to GB News. They are a news channel. It's shit news, but they're still a news channel. And as such, they come under the rules of of being a news channel. But they've got people who are actually in government who are, doing shows. You've got Lee Anderson, you've got Jake Rees-Mogg. And then you've got Nadine Dorries. Okay, apparently she's resigned, but she hasn't. Well, that's Talk TV. It shouldn't be allowed. I don't think any politician should have radio shows or be on, TV shows. I don't think and that includes David Lammy. It's fake victimhood, pretending that the British or English people are under attack somehow. Well, that's how we got Brexit. I mean, attacked by the EU, unelected bureaucrats. Hello, questionable absurdity. So individualism favours vampires. Apparently so. That has to be a fact. It has to be true. I like a lot of punky, indie, gothy, and metal. I've got a very eclectic taste myself, my friend. I like anything as long as it's good. I love being a child of a migrant, Kieran. Granted, I'm English, but I'm also gorgeous, says Tom Finney. Oh, I am so lovely. Oh, look at me. Oh, everybody loves me because I'm so beautiful. Why hasn't this show been cancelled? Oh, God knows, mate. I'll tell you. It should be. Fake victimhood. Yep. Boom, 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 boom. What's up, Dora? Got Pandora down there. Culture shock. The Rivmanites. Oh, good call. The Rivmanites. The Rivman. Oh, I can't say it now. Rivmites. Rivmites? Oh, blimey. Hawkwind are just eternal, or at least Dave Brock is. No, it is ace. Had a lot of friends on the peace convoy. Had a lot of... Chatty rat. We get the same here in Glasgow due to indoctrinate from the Orange Lodge and a certain football team. Average IQ in the United Kingdom is 99.12, the 20th in the world. I'm not surprised. I put a few bollocks to Brexit stickers around my town, and I was shocked that everyone was completely scraped off by someone. That's what they did. They're desperate, you see. Yeah, they just want my Brexit. Just want my Brexit, that's what they said. Well, Brexit's bugged everything up. Proven now, isn't it? Imagine how dirty the nooks and crannies of coffee are. Can you imagine it? It'd be like all scabby and lumpy. How to put it all, bed sores. And all old healed scabs. Like all lumpy. Yeah. Bit like a lizard, kind of lumpy. Oh, nasty. The results of the tests were only issued after swimmers and traffic were already completed. Yeah. Not great. That's probably blue flag. Yeah, it's probably, yeah. Yeah, swimming there. Need something. They can't go on like this. You can't be making people ill. They need cola, for God's sake. But you can kill people. As a teen, I used to sell the militant outside the football ground. My rival sold Bulldog. Riddle me this, says Chatty Rat. Why would the local council not tell people not to swim in the water off its brown flag beach? I don't know. They want to get ill, maybe. I don't know. Makes them look stupid. Makes them look like they're not doing their job. Probably. Maybe. Hyacinth bucket. Bouquet, actually, bouquet. Nothing like a bacon and bear. Bacon and bear, yum yum. Oh, bum 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 bum. Sweaty, oh crikey, can you imagine it? Oh my giddy aunt. Oh crikey, roll her over, throw flour over and find the wet patch. Or you could, this is not, no, I better not do this one, this is a nasty joke. No, but not do that one. No. Scots believe in equality, or equally, and help those as we would like to be helped. Politically, that's the same in Scotland. Well, you've got some really good politicians, in the SNP, haven't you? Like Steve and what have you. And her who's stepping down. I like the Boffy culture monk. Oh, especially take a summit, leave summit. Oh, okay. True mad monk, they definitely do about. They do. But they get so much grief. So, oh yeah, your health system is failing and your education system is failing. It's all failing. It is. Yeah. And your 410Ks. Or something like that. Anyway. A limerick. I missed a limerick. Where did I miss a limerick? Oh my giddy aunt. Where is it? Where is it? How do I miss a limerick? Oh, here we go. There was once an MP called Kofi, whose waters were brown and frothy. In a nooks and a cranny, they searched for a fanny, but found only half-eaten toffee. They rolled the fap back one flap at a time, and until they smelled poo and roll. Okay, so they found a fanny or something like that. Anyway, I'm an innocent man, says Joel. Oh, says Tom Finney. Joel, I'm innocent. I'm innocent. I'm an innocent man. It's a witch hunt. It's a witch hunt. Or something like that. Well. Oh, there. Oh. Jim Toy. Oh, sure. On Sunday, I sent you a super chat. Did you? When was that? I asked you if you had listened to much of Chumbawamba. I recommend the English Rebels song and pictures of starving children sell records. Oh, my giddy aunt. Oh, I'm going to have a look. I've made a note of it. I'm sorry if I missed your super chat. That was last Sunday, was it? Did I miss it, did I? Blimey. If I was on this system, I haven't got the notification set up properly on there yet. Which has a sound effect, what it tells me. So much to do. I've been trying to set up in the shag as well at the same time with the live stuff. So. Oh, I got a chat. Speak of the devil. Cheers, Dorco. Oh, there we go. Bollocks to Brexit, says Dorco. Most definitely. Bollocks to Brexit. Oh, have I got a bollocks to Brexit? I did have a bollocks to Brexit.
In December, I'll be in Beijing, opening up new pork markets.
Got your pork markets. Oh, so on there. Oh my God, we had Theresa Kofi earlier, didn't we?
The NHS is and always has been a national endeavour. That was set out in 1944 when it was a Conservative politician, Sir Henry Willink, who put forward the proposals for a national health service. That's right, a Conservative MP from my home city of Liverpool conceived the NHS. A good omen, I think.
Oh, I can't stand mellow. All short soon. If you touch UK water, you'll make your skin fall off. Actually, it won't be too long before you better walk over to France. Yeah, on the top of the turds. We've been cleaning up the rivers in Ireland for the past 10 years. It's an ongoing job, isn't it? We had it in the Norfolk Broads and what have you, but, it'll be fun they had to because they were dumping poop out of the boats. Until the rules were changed several years ago. So Paris has spent 1.4 billion cleaning up rivers or parts of the River Seine. So that's what you're supposed to do, isn't it? You're supposed to look after the place that you live. I'm sure Chinese have a shortage of pork. Yeah, right. Pork markets. Jim Toy, all shorts. It was right at the end of the stream. Oh, okay. A picture of starving children is a parody of the Live Aid Band-Aid. Oh, I see. I'll check it out. Sorry, I didn't check. I didn't notice. Any pollution is treated as a serious crime. It's supposed to be in the UK as well. You know, if you pollute the land and pollute the rivers and stuff and the sea, it's supposed to be reprimanded for such, but they just get away with it. You know, there are laws regarding it, just not adhered to. I love to see the old geezers sleeping in the audience. That was the actual audience behind Theresa Kofi. That was the actual audience. But what I did, so I obviously grabbed a clip of that audience and I put it behind it because they were standing in front of blue screens and stuff. But that was actually the audience. And that was at the Conservative Party conference last year. Dear me. Same in Portugal, Karen, and it was actually a very serious crime, and some owners of a pig farm got 5 years in jail here recently and got fined out of business. Actually, there's a case, I can't remember what it was a farmer who he polluted the river, and he got fined, or actually, he might even that was in prison centre, but that's in the UK. So it does happen, but there are, when you talk to these people with huge amounts of money, like for instance water companies, and obviously probably donors to the Tory party, well, needless to say that they get away with it, don't they? Not by the looks of that dancing kid. Yeah, he's certainly got chubby cheeks. He's had a lot of pork markets, he has. So the film Idiocy is becoming a reality in the UK. If it's a squitty film, but if you want a good laugh and actually think, my God, that is the UK, well, that is definitely a film to watch. It's a bizarre film. It really is bizarre. Gatorade. Got to have your Gatorade, you see. They try and water the plants with Gatorade. You can't grow anything, you see. Because, it's like a dystopian... Basically, there's no rain. The Tories are getting rid of governance. Yes. Hello, Bernie Watt. Right-wing media complained that Sunak's little girls may have been home when Green Pack... No, they didn't. They were on holiday. They were going to flip in Disneyland. California. Anyway. But nobody complained that Sunak's little girls may have seen Theresa Kofi. What's more disturbing to you? Oh my God, Theresa Kofi. Oh, Craig, most definitely. They weren't there. Anyway, they were in California with the parents. It's not a hero to me. The people involved, they weren't violent, they weren't aggressive or anything like that. They basically just walked. It's what gets me. Is that they actually managed just to walk onto the Prime Minister's land without being stopped. That just seems nuts. They could have put anything there, bugs or anything getting planted around the place. Couldn't it, It's just nothing like security, is there, There isn't any. Anyway, I'm going to clock off in a second. We've now done a couple of hours and that. And, I've got to do the lives tomorrow. I might do a lunchtime one. I'll see how I feel and what have you. It's a bit mad right here at the moment. Other than that, I will be doing a live stream tomorrow night. But for some reason, I don't know if did anyone get notifications for this live stream? Because didn't get many people. No, about 30 odd people. Usually around 50, 60, so it's like quite low. Unless somebody else is live and they like me more, they like them more than me. It might be that. Could be that. Or they're just not interested in me anymore. Nobody loves me. Anyway, so I would have planted a big one, a big brown one, down his chimneys. Can I tell you a story? I was working on a farm years ago, and it was an empty farm. It was just a farm building. I was building brick pairs. I was desperate for a poo. Yeah. So I was laying the bricks on these brick pairs. And it was a perfect height to be a toilet. So where there's that little square in the middle, where you got your bricks, I laid one in there. And I carried on building. It'd be fossilised though. Oh, it's like a time capsule. Pictures will make Marcus an anarchist. It is good, Jim. I am a bit of an anarchist in many ways. Oh, Big Clive is on Sunday these days, so you're alright. Okay. It's not him then. Didn't get notification. No notifications. Oh, crikey. See, I didn't put many videos up today either, so why wouldn't there be notifications? God, YouTube's a pain in the neck. It really is. It makes me wonder why I do it. It really does. You know, I did quite well last week on views and stuff. I did pretty well on views last week. But it's like up there, down there, up there, down there. You know, whingy old Marcus, I know. No notifications either, Marcus, and it's not the first time. I know, I get a lot. And I've been trying to keep my videos a little bit, not quite so many, under 3 a day. So I don't end up damaging my notifications. Because you only do 3 in 24 hours, you see. But it's obviously not make much difference, because people still don't get notifications. 30pb, let remix to end with... Oh, crikey, I'm going to have to quickly chuck that in. I can do that on here. Okay, I haven't added it in yet, but I could do that. I'll do that while I'm jabbering. I did a video. I'll find it first, to be fair. Not that one. Hang on, I come over and got that drive up. Oh, is it? Will it be that drive? It'll be that drive. Got to find it first, you know. There's a video clip. What did I put that? Was it? Source TV. Oh, there we go. That one. I can do it. I can do it. So I'll add it in. I was intending to do it last time, wasn't I? I forgot. So I'm just doing some. I'm just adding a media source. That I am. Okay. Who loves Lee Anderson? Ain't he lovely, eh? Yeah, he's a lovely little geezer. That he is. You're all like 30p, Lee. He's got constituency members who like cat and nine tails as well, apparently. And that's how they want to treat all the immigrants, you know, when there's, yeah, stick them in tents. Yeah, make them work in the fields. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna find that. I know where it is now. Okay. There we go. Okay, that one there. That one there. That one there. That one there. There we go.
In just a few months' time, young men and young women from all over the country were going off to university.
I'll do that at the end. So it's my mashup of it. It's not the original one, even though the original one was pretty funny, to be fair. Even though it's 30p, I've got to give him his dues. If that was intended to be a Alan Partridge style kind of clip, but then quite frankly, I think he did a really smashing job of it. But if it wasn't, it might. That's the whole thing. See, people they can't work out whether it was intentional or not, or whether he's just like a complete nut and arsehole. Probably the latter, I would probably say. Anyway, let's come back into the check to see what people are saying, and then we will call that it then. Oh, cheers, mate. Hi there, Mark. I didn't see you there, Margaret Clark. Any pollution in the street is a serious crime, he says. The Tories are getting rid of governments that they are, and didn't get any notifications. It's getting really frustrating. I work so hard at this, and it's kind of like, you know, you're kind of fighting yourself all the time. Well, it feels like you're fighting yourself. So, fight the losing battle. Yes, door. There you go. No notifications. It's a bit late for me to be doing after show chats, Mad Monk. But I might, yeah, if you want to, we'd like to do an after show chat on Discord. Yeah, go on then. I'll do it for a little while, but then I'm very tired at the moment, if I'm absolutely honest. But I will come into after show. There's an after show chat, which would be probably. Are you talking about via the Snowflake show server? Did you? Have you got a link for that, Mad Bunk? Because I ain't got a link here for people. Because I don't generally go on there very much, as you know. You should have saved that for up to 30 years. And dished it out to 30p late. Yeah, probably, yeah. Brick shit house then. Yeah. Why don't you get your son to write a bit of spam for your channel with views? Especially could. Yeah, you probably. Yeah, you're talking about Ken, aren't you? You probably could. The problem is Black Hat. Anything to do with Black Hat on YouTube doesn't work. It'll work for a few weeks. They'll cotton on to you, then they cancel you. Literally, they'll shut you down. YouTube's really hot on that. Once they find you, you'll get away with it for a while. You know, Black Hat SEO, but then you're buggered. You'll literally be shut down, and they don't take kindly to that at all. It won't be like a strike. That's it. You're gone. Dim Joy, order them bugs. Oh, for God's sake, I forgot about that. I've actually got it written up here. Let me show you my note. So it's written in front of me. Let me. There you go. Bugs challenge. So I haven't ordered them yet. No, in fact, I haven't found them yet in France yet. But I will look. I will eat bugs. I don't want to eat bugs. Yeah, I've got a little baby dog in a minute. I adore. Right, so. Where's my mouse gone? Come back here, you. Oh, cheers, Mad Monk. You're more favourite than I am. 6 bob inflation. Yeah, pretty much. He'd love to be in charge of the Cubs. Oh, I won't be surprised. Great show, great chat. Have a really good Sunday, you all. Leanderful, he is. So anyway, night everybody, and I hope everybody has a lovely weekend. And I will give my dogs a treat, as you do. That's what you got to do. There's a Pandora over there. Can you see Pandora? Will she catch it? No, she didn't. Wally will just bang. You have got it, Wally. Dora, you gonna catch it this time? No. Oh, you failed me. Huh? Not much showmanship there, was there? No. Another little one, Wally. You've got to move. Stay your foot. Your paw. Stay your paw! It's right there! What the hell? Bit worried about his eyesight. Yeah, I was right in front of him. Is Lee not going metric? Oh, yeah. Is Lee not going metric? What the pint crown stamp on the pints? Well, yeah. Ain't got that yet, have we? Been waiting patiently for that, we have, yeah. But no. Not at all. Oh, well, never mind. Anyway, it's time for me to go, so excited to tell you now. So I'm going to leave you with the glamorous Leanderful. 30p Lee. Tory tosspot. That he is.
In just a few months' time, young men and young women from all over the country were going off to university, a place of learning. They're going to have a good time, they're going to work hard and hopefully get better careers. But in the meantime, in our universities, there are a certain group of people who are trying to influence and indoctrinate our young people. And this happened with my son about 10 years ago. He went to uni, he went to Sheffield. And I didn't see him for months. He came back, many, many months later, and he came back different. He got long hair, he got a beard, his clothes were different, a different attitude.
Hashtag PMC, police media corruption.
Different outlook on life, and I thought, my goodness, Harry, what's happened to you? He says, Dad.
My clothes accidentally fell off.
He put his arm on my hand. He says, Dad.
I slipped on a glacé cherry.
I've been away for a few months now, and I've come back.
And landed inside one of the men.
And I'm not the Harry that went away all those months ago. I'm different now. I'm a different person. I've found out. Top brand of baked beans. Price had gone through the roof. And he held my hand, looked into my eyes and says, Dad, I've got to tell you something about myself. He says, I am. And I thought, Harry, just get on with it. Here comes a train. You're my son. I love you. Whatever you are.
There's someone I have to get in touch with and forgive. Sorry. I farted.
Shocking. Absolute shocking. Let that be a warning to you.
Ta-ta, and thanks to the Spanners and everybody who joined us.